Well, people, it is the 2nd of December. Yes, happy Tuesday, happy Tuesday. Let's say it together. Praise God from whom all blessings flow. Yes, indeed. We have 5:47 in the PM. Hope you guys are having a marvelous day. I am here. You are here. And let's get it on, Marvin Gaye. Let's get it on. Another day the Lord has made. Let us be glad in it. And happy holiday, right? Happy holiday. Well, people, let's do a New York excursion here. You know, we had the mayor's race November 4th. Mr. Mandani, he beat out Eric Adams and a few other people like Cuomo, which I think was a staged election. I talked about that, I believe it was last month, right? And what the powers do, they put up, I'm noticing the pattern, just what I'm noticing. They put up a mock candidate to give you the illusion that there is competition, but really it's the good cop, bad cop paradigm. And they've been doing this for quite a while. I believe they did it here in Chicago with my mayor. It's a flop, it's a fix, and there is a playbook. This New York thing, we got to keep an eye on it. Maybe 2, maybe 4, maybe 10 eyes on it. Because see, Mandani, he's a little bit harder to detect. He got that nice little Eddie Murphy grin and smile. Where Trump just tells you straight up, I want to read the poem of the snake. Have you heard of the snake? Oh, once upon a time. Got to work on my Trump impersonation, but Mandani, and he catches you off guard. You just drawn into it, right? Nice little smile, articulate, savvy. But it appears like he came out of nowhere. Well, Mandani and Adams, they met today. Yeah, for the first time. Now they've had a few phone calls, but this is the first time they met. And I want to show you how the powers work. They give you one impression in your face. Yet, when you put it up against the 5 C's of clues, of codes, of colors, of the confirmation time conclusion, you're able to see this thing for what it is. And it's amazing how they speak as they go toward this one world system, because that's where they're going. And New York could possibly be the blueprint for what Klaus Schwab said back in the day. You will own nothing, but you will be happy. Remember that? You own nothing but be happy? World Economic Forum. I kind of see that in Mr. Mandani. So let's explore it. You got to check this out, because this thing wound up being off the charts. Here we go.
He seemed pleased.
It went well. I appreciated the conversation that I had with Mayor Adams and his team.
Though Zohar Mamdani and Eric Adams have had several phone conversations since the election, it was the first time the two met in person. It came after the mayor tried several times in the weeks after the election to thwart Mamdani's platform, including making appointments to the Rent Guidelines Board, which will have to consider the mayor-elect's call for a rent freeze. Before the meeting, the mayor made it clear he had an agenda.
We want to show the incoming mayor what we've done, how we brought down crime, how we built more housing than any other mayor in the history of the city, how we have more jobs in the history of the city. We broke the records 11 times, how we have more small businesses, how we outpaced the state in reading and math. All the things we've done, I want him to continue that success.
But Mamdani, who got elected on a clear-cut platform of affordability, wasn't buying what the mayor was selling. He named exactly 2 things he wants to continue.
I've appreciated the mayor's work on City of Yes. I also think that trash containerization has been a good step forward in the way in which we handle garbage across the city.
So they met, had a congenial discussion about going forward with New York. And Eric Adams is like, look, just build from the things that I put in place, that process. Now, did you notice, I don't know if you can, and I'll put this video in the description. I don't know if you noticed that Eric Adams has a purple background. Those doors are all purple. Do you feel me? And you got the blue. If that ain't Phoenician, I don't know what is. I will put a video in the description. So you new subscribers, welcome. God bless you. And happy holiday. I want you to learn about this thing. Because see, they speak with the colors. That is a burgundy background. It won't always be solid purple, but it's going to be close. The purple and the blue. And when you think about it, it's making a V. Look at his head. It's making a V. The 22nd letter of the alphabet is V. Remember Barack Obama got that V in his head? And iPad Go 2? Yeah, let's let's go down this rabbit hole because see, they're really one. Mandani and Eric Adams, see, they play roles and they have a time frame in which they play these roles. And then as one fades out into the sunset, one picks it up in a different aspect. That's what they've been doing for us in America for a long time. And we just putting our vote out there thinking, oh man, we about to have some change. More like chump change.
It went well. I appreciated the conversation that I had with Mayor Adams and his team, and we focused on how to make this as smooth as possible of a transition and how to continue to serve New Yorkers.
The mayor indicated he was hopeful that you would obtain some of his initiatives or keep them going. Do you plan to keep any of his signature initiatives going after this conversation?
You know, I think I've said time and again that I've appreciated the mayor's work on City of Yes. I also think that trash containerization has been a good step forward in the way in which we handle garbage across the city. And these are things that I deserve, that New Yorkers deserve to have be built on as opposed to be discarded.
You're keeping his police commissioner, you're keeping containerization. The way the mayor characterizes that is duplication is a form of flattery. Would you concur with that assessment?
Look, I think it is possible to be fair and honest in your assessment of an administration. I've obviously made my critiques clear. I also think that there are good things that this administration has done. I think these are the two examples on City of Yes and containerization. And I also have appreciated the work that Commissioner Tisch has done in reducing crime.
When I first heard that word, it gripped me. Containerization. And when I play the next video, you're going to see why. Because Nick Shirley, world-renowned Nick Shirley, he interviewed a Asian lady who's lived under this socialism. We're being spoon-fed this socialism by Mandani, but I'm going to present to you a video from a lady who's lived there, and she's going to give you a definition as to what it's really about because she believes that America doesn't have a clue. Like I said, this could be the blueprint for all 50 states, and it made me think about the World Economic Forum. Should I do the Klaus Schwab again? Y'all own nothing, but y'all be happy. And the dude, I believe he's a billionaire. I did that video a few months ago. The dude is a billionaire. Now let's check out brother Nick Shirley. And I want you to listen to this here. I have it so you guys can check it out. All right, Pearson. Okay, here we go. All right, let me play this here.
Who him himself had communism.
Yeah.
Here in New York City, they just elected a Democrat socialist who him himself has said, well, if landlords don't take care of people's rents, we're going to go in, or their apartments, and we're going to take over that apartment.
Yeah.
You lived in a socialist society. What would be your warning to people who advocate for socialism?
The young people really don't know how tyranny comes to them in America. Usually, tyranny comes in the name of compassion and equality. They come and make these sweet, sweet promises of paradise. Like that's how North Korean regime began. The Kim Il-sung came to my grandmother and said, how about I create a society where everybody gets a free education, free healthcare, free housing, free food. And then we get rid of inequality because this is evil. And people wanted that. So my grandmothers gave up their private property. They gave up freedom of speech. They gave up freedom of movement. They gave up all their right to live in this paradise. But we know that when government took all their rights away from people, They did not create a paradise. They created the biggest concentration camp in human history.
They wind up making the biggest concentration camp in history. Now, I'm not saying, I'm just saying. When you pair up what Mandani is saying, democratic socialists, we're hearing about rent freezes. It is a risk because now you're dealing with landlords who are trying to keep pace with inflation. You would think the majority of them are, although you do have some folks out there gouging. But if I'm not mistaken, Mandani also said free babysitting care, for lack of a better way to put it. Where the funding gonna come from? And when you think about, you have 50 states with different economic challenges. And right here in Illinois, we're at 1 point whatever $million in the hole just on a budget. Trying to make those ends meet from place to place as the economy worsens, and it is worsening, it's contracting. Don't listen to the president. Like I told you guys about a week ago, they're lying on the numbers. As it's contracting, the availability of funds, it's scarce. Then at some point, the people just throw up their hands, I would think, and say, you know what, we're going towards socialism, we might as well have it, because if you have X amount of people that can't afford versus those who are working and now their taxes are higher, and we can't take care of streets and sanitation, fire and police and so on and so forth, before you know it, we have that system. Now, I was driving down the street the other day thinking, you know what? 7 years ago, we didn't have these bike lanes in Chicago. Now they're everywhere. My old mayor, Rahm Emanuel, did that. And I did a video on that years ago. You probably seen bike lanes in your city. That was futuristic. They knew this day would come. Less cars, more skateboards, more little bikes and bike lanes. It was all planned. It was all planned. So now you got your people in place to implement it, and it's going to be gradual. What do you think about this lady who lived in China? Did you live in China? Did you experience it? They sold you on one thing, but it was something totally different at the end. You gave up a lot, including your property. You gave up a lot. Will America go that way? Just ask him. Just ask him. Now, let's look at something here, because we got to break this thing down, because numbers do speak and situations matter. We have Zoran Mandani, like saying his name. 10/18, that's his birthday. Like Luke 10/18, that's his birthday, 10/18. Now, when you take 10/18, today's versus today's date, 10/18, 2025, today's date, 12/2/2025, the difference is 45 days. Like I've done other videos on Mandani. For some reason, it always comes back to Trump. I believe they're all part of the mish to take us to a one world system. Trump just calls it the golden age. Ain't no difference to me. I want you to see the game. Eric Adams, who he met with, September 1st, 1960. Take September 1st, 2025, his birthday. Eric Adams' birthday, subtracted from Zoran Mandani's birthday, same year. Their birthdays are 47 days apart. Eric Adams, Zoran Mandani, their birthdays are 47 days apart. If that don't spell Trump, that's the one world system, y'all. That's the one world system. Why go back to Trump? Come on, man. What else we got? The first mayor of New York, was Thomas Willett. The first mayor in New York was June 22nd, 1665. That 622 is important. You know why? We just, and I did a video on it earlier, that is the President of the United States, had his cabinet with Pete Hegseth talking to smack about, we're not through making sure that Venezuela drug boats hit the bottom of the sea. Remember, they did a thing called Operation what? Come on, Pearson, think. Can't think of it right now. Operation something. Can't think of it right now. Anyway, Midnight Hammer. Woo! Midnight Hammer happened on 6/22. Isn't that coincidence? And the first mayor was out of New York on 6/22. Now, I want to put it all together. You know why? Because Mondani said if Benjamin Netanyahu come to New York, he gonna put him in jail. So let's put it all together. Let's put it all together. We have 6/22/2025. See that there? Versus today's date, you get 5/14. And what is 5/14? Baby, that's when Israel became a nation. Thank God for this gift that I have. I'm able to figure it out. I'm able to pull behind this thing. They're meeting, but it's just show. They got a plan, y'all. I'm telling you, got a plan. Now, remember George Bush said something like, fool me once, shame on you. Then you fool me twice, shame on me. Remember that? Well, that was on 9/17/02. All these impersonations, I got to get them right. Now, the reason why I'm doing this, Pete Hegseth remind me a lot of George Bush. Something about that, when he put emphasis on things, he stick his chin out. I say he stick his chin out. See? So, September 17th, 02, Bush did that. So let me cue that up for you. Okay? First, let me do this here. I did a video on Project Hammer. The number's off the chain. We're gonna make this real simple. Helafont, iPad Go 2, George Bush, look at his fingers. I said, look at his fingers. Look at his fingers. Watch. You see him? You see him? Okay. Remember this? June 21st of 2025, Situation Room. They're in the Situation Room. You know who that is? Mr. Raising Cane. They made the decision to go after Iran. Okay, look at his hands. Look at George Bush. June 24th, 2012, the animated short film, iPad Go 2. That's when it came out. June 24th, 2012. That's George Bush. Look, June 24th, 2012. June 21st, 2025, we went after Iran. We bombed them. The difference is 47-45. 12 years ago, 47-45. Now, it's like a day off. In Israel, it's a different time from America. We had the meeting on the 21st, we bought them on the 22nd. And then I forgot to put something in the video earlier, but then I thought about something a little bit later. I'm gonna share that with you guys because this is just crazy the way this came out. Was it that? Yeah, it was that. 6/21/2025, they had this meeting for Operation Midnight Hammer on 6/21. Today they had another cabinet meeting. In part, that was about Venezuela. The difference is 165 days. And you might ask, what is 165? The 165th day of the year is June 14th. That's Trump's birthday. Look at that. June 21st, Operation Hammer meeting. Today's meeting in part about Venezuela. The difference is Trump's birthday, 165th day of the year, June 14th. I'm telling y'all, we got to watch these people. Sometimes it get past me, but I'm trying to make sure y'all understand what time it is. If you appreciate it, just say I appreciate it, put it in the chat. It's deep, y'all. All this is going on. Now, let me go back here. Pete Hegseth, like I said, he talked a lot of smack today. And I want you to listen to what he had to say.
Iran not getting nuclear capabilities, Europe and NATO stepping up to 5%, locking down our southwest borders. It's been an honor to work with Christy and Tom and everyone else down there to lock it to zero, operational control of our border. And then it's going after narco terrorists and designated terrorist organizations in our own hemisphere. As I've said, I'll say again, we've only just begun striking narco boats and putting narco terrorists.
We've only just begun. It appears to be that they're going to war. Now let's have a little fun. This is the part I tell you about George Bush. Fool me once, fool me once. It's the chin. He's got the same type of, when he enunciates, but we're gonna let the babies do it this time.
Old saying in Tennessee, I know it's in Texas, probably in Tennessee, that says, fool me once, shame on you. If fool me, we can't get fooled again. There's an old...
Now, let's put some dates with this thing, because they are slick. I want to show you this here. That was 9/17 back in the day when George Bush did that. If you take 9/17/2025, subtract it from today, December 2nd, you get 222, the beast system. Not only that, you get 216. The 216th day of the year is what? August 4th, Barack Obama's birthday. They speaking, y'all. Now we're gonna finish this up. The World Economic Forum, you won't own nothing, but you're gonna be happy. It was founded January 24th, 1977. Take that date, January 24th of 2024, anniversary World Economic Forum, versus March 30th, March 30th, Pearson. Woo. I'll put it in the chat. I don't know how I did that. January 24th, 2024, minus March 30th, 2025, gives you Trump's birthday, 6/14. And March 30th, it eludes me right about now, but it's significant. But people, they have got something going on, and they're trying to be slick about it. And I'm doing my 007. That's all I can tell you. I'm doing my 007. They are working as a team, but yet they're acting like they're